Imagine walking through life thinking you're special, that somehow the world revolves around you, that people exist solely to applaud your every move. But then imagine realizing that this specialness isn't quite what it seems. This is the reality many face when they encounter someone with narcissistic traits. Narcissists have an uncanny ability to wrap others into their web of charm, manipulation, and deceit, often leaving you feeling confused, drained, and wondering if you've somehow become part of a sinister game. Today we are diving deep into the intricate, captivating, and sometimes disturbing world of narcissism. But hold on, what if I told you that recognizing these patterns could save you from emotional and psychological harm? Intrigued? Let's uncover the hidden dangers and psychological traps narcissists set, and why you might unknowingly become a target. Watch until the end, and you may just recognize if you too have been pulled into the narcissist's orbit. Before we dive in, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel, hit the like button, and share this video with others who need to hear this message. We often overlook narcissistic behaviors until it's too late, but today we're going to make sure that doesn't happen to you or anyone you care about. Ready to unravel the twisted reality of narcissists and protect yourself from their grip? Let's begin. Narcissists thrive on attention, but not just any attention. It has to be admiration, praise, and validation that elevates their inflated sense of self-worth. You may think, sure, we all like to be appreciated, and that's true. But for a narcissist, admiration is more than just a desire. It's a need, a psychological craving that drives every interaction, every relationship, and every action they take. The moment they sense that someone sees them as special, they zero in like a predator sensing prey. They know how to play the part, how to say just the right things to make you feel like you are the one chosen by them. And for a while you might feel lucky, like you've been singled out for something extraordinary. But here's where it gets tricky. That feeling of being chosen is part of the narcissist's allure. They know how to make you feel special, but it's never about you. It's about them. You see, narcissists are experts in manipulation, using their charm to reel people in. They often present themselves as charismatic, confident, and even caring. But these traits are merely tools they use to get what they want. And once they've got you hooked, things start to change. The charm begins to fade, replaced by demands, criticisms, and sometimes emotional abuse. Suddenly, you're no longer the chosen one, but rather a pawn in their game, left to wonder how things went so wrong. It's easy to fall for a narcissist's tricks because they are masterful at making you feel like you're the center of their universe, until you're not. The initial stages of a relationship with a narcissist are often referred to as the love bombing phase. During this time, they shower you with compliments, gifts, and attention, making you feel incredibly valued and appreciated. But make no mistake, this is all part of the plan. Narcissists use love bombing to gain control over you, to make you dependent on their approval and validation. Feels good at first, almost too good to be true. And that's because it is too good to be true. What happens next is subtle, but it's a shift that many people don't notice until it's too late. After the love bombing phase, the narcissist begins to show their true colors. They may start criticizing you, making you feel inadequate or unworthy. They might withhold affection, create drama, or make you feel like everything that goes wrong is your fault. This tactic, known as devaluation, is a way for the narcissist to maintain control. By making you feel insecure, they ensure that you'll continue to seek their approval, desperate to return to the golden phase of the relationship when everything felt perfect. It's a vicious cycle, one that many people find themselves trapped in for years. You see, narcissists don't just manipulate you emotionally. They manipulate your reality. They can make you question your perceptions, your feelings, and even your sanity. This is often referred to as gaslighting, and it's one of the narcissist's most powerful weapons. They'll deny things they've said or done, twist your words, and convince you that you're overreacting or being unreasonable. Over time, you begin to doubt yourself, wondering if you're the problem. But the truth is, the narcissist has been orchestrating this confusion all along. Now, you might be thinking, surely I would recognize someone like this in my life. But the reality is that narcissists are incredibly skilled at hiding their true nature, at least in the beginning. They often present themselves as confident, successful, and even altruistic. They may hold positions of power or influence, which only adds to their appeal. But underneath the facade lies a deep-seated need for control and validation, one that can turn toxic if left unchecked. One of the most insidious things about narcissists is their ability to isolate you from the people and things that matter most. They do this gradually, often under the guise of protecting you or wanting what's best for you. They might criticize your friends or family, making you question whether those relationships are as valuable as you once thought. They may demand more of your time and attention, leaving little room for anything else. And before you know it, you're completely entangled in their world, cut off from the support network you once relied on. This isolation serves a very specific purpose. It makes you more dependent on the narcissist. Without the influence of others, you become more susceptible to their manipulation, more likely to believe their version of reality. And this is exactly what the narcissist wants. They thrive on control, and by keeping you isolated, they ensure that they remain the most important person in your life. But what happens when the narcissist no longer sees you as useful? This is where the final phase of the narcissistic relationship comes into play, discarding. Once the narcissist has extracted everything they can from you, whether it's admiration, attention, or resources, they'll cast you aside without a second thought. And often this discard comes without warning. One day everything seems fine, and the next you're left wondering what went wrong. The narcissist has moved on to their next target, leaving you to pick up the pieces of a shattered relationship. It's important to understand that narcissists don't feel empathy the way most people do. They may mimic empathetic behaviors when it suits them, but they don't truly care about the feelings or well-being of others. This lack of empathy is what allows them to move on so easily, leaving a trail of emotional devastation in their wake. For the narcissist, relationships are transactional. Once they've gotten what they want, they have no reason to stay. So, how do you protect yourself from a narcissist? The first step is recognizing the signs. If someone in your life seems too good to be true, if they make you feel like the center of their universe one minute and worthless the next, it's possible you're dealing with a narcissist. Trust your instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. Don't ignore red flags, even if they seem small or insignificant at first. Narcissists are experts at pushing boundaries, often starting with little things before escalating to more serious manipulation. Another important step is setting boundaries. Narcissists don't like boundaries because they limit their ability to control you. But establishing clear, firm boundaries is one of the best ways to protect yourself. Let the narcissist know what behavior is and isn't acceptable, and stick to those boundaries no matter how much they push. This can be difficult, especially if the narcissist tries to guilt trip or manipulate you into backing down. But remember, your well-being is more important than their need for control. Finally, if you find yourself in a relationship with a narcissist, whether it's a romantic partner, a friend, or even a family member, it's crucial to seek support. Narcissists are incredibly skilled at making you feel isolated and alone, but you don't have to navigate this situation by yourself. Reach out to trusted friends, family, or a therapist who can help you regain perspective and offer guidance on how to move forward. In conclusion, narcissists are more than just people with big egos. They are individuals with a deep need for control and validation, often at the expense of others. Their charm and charisma can be deceiving, but beneath the surface lies a dangerous pattern of manipulation and emotional abuse. By recognizing the signs and taking steps to protect yourself, you can avoid falling into the narcissist trap and reclaim your sense of self-worth. Thank you for watching and staying with us until the end. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with others who might benefit from understanding the hidden threat of narcissists. Stay safe, stay aware, and remember, you are worth more than any narcissist could ever make you feel.
Why do narcissists feel bad about leaving you? Why do other people want to hurt you? Hello, wonderful fans. We're glad to have you back on our service. We're very grateful that you came to see us today. We've planned an interesting talk around the question of why narcissists feel bad about what they've done and want you back. You can jump right in. The goal of this video is to both educate and inspire viewers. Narcissists often wait until it's too late to see how valuable other people are. After putting you down and ignoring you, their re-evaluation and wish for reconciliation can be confusing. Empaths often make people re-evaluate things. Narcissists have a hard time understanding how important real connections are, so they find it interesting when other people can relate to them. Narcissists often think they are not vulnerable to criticism and have a skewed view of their own worth. To the other hand, we try our best not to hurt other people because love and kindness drive us. Unfortunately, toxic people who do bad things to others are prevalent, and we often end up with them. Empaths, on the other hand, stand out because they are caring and easy to relate to. It may be normal for us to focus on empathy after a painful rejection in the hopes of bringing our feelings back to life. We are different from everyone else because we are very good at understanding and judging others. As you heal and accept yourself after a breakup, the narcissist stays out of the way and watches as your worth rises again. They remember how valuable you are and are charmed by the unique things about you. They might think about how close you two were and compare you to the person they're with now. Narcissists may be honest about their flaws in relationships, but when they think about themselves, they usually don't think about things in depth. For them, everything is just a game. They might try to get in touch with you after they understand what they did wrong, even if it's hard. This is especially true if you've already begun to heal and shut the door on them. Even after you block them, they still can't stop thinking about you and even start following your social media accounts with different, sometimes fake, names. They keep an eye on what you do online, like friends checking in on you. Because it's become a habit, they long for a meeting that can't happen. Remember that the ego is about to get a nasty surprise as soon as the door shuts. Remember that they can always come back if you let them back into your life. They will think about how valuable you are again while going on their journey. It is very important to strictly follow a no-contact strategy and stop all communication. Avoid making them feel good when you're with them and keep your interactions with them bad. You shouldn't give positive encouragement. There are times when closure feels very important, but sometimes all it takes is a few words to end a connection. Speaking your mind easily in the last few days of a relationship is a great way to end it, based on my own experience. The narcissist will always be judging your worth because they see you as an unfulfilled dream that they want to bring back to life. Toxic people will not be able to hurt you if you stick to your limits and keep working on your healing. It is very important to keep your mind and heart tough. They can't get back in if the door is tightly shut, which speeds up their evaluation. You become their hero, and they fear losing you, but they already have to. Scroll down to read stories about people who tried to get in touch with each other after at least 10 years. I've been told about short meetings that cause people to talk years later. We have energy that can't be found anywhere else because we are empaths and the chosen ones. You can really get their attention when they're stuck and can't go anywhere else. You become what they're interested in and addicted to on social media. Not long ago, my narcissist tried to go too far and start abuse. I talked about this in details in one of my videos. Because you have such a strong effect on them, they want any extra attention you might give them. Hearing your voice makes them feel better, even if it's through a fake profile or a call from someone they don't know. They review your worth because you are rare, even though they do strange things. It will help you get over a breakup faster if you keep up with your healing and work on your self-esteem. This change has been seen by many people, including myself. You are not alone, and the pain and suffering will not hold you back. You will have new chances to learn new things, maybe even in other countries, while you are still in the early stages of healing and rebuilding your self-esteem. Without the ego in my life, I would not have reached this important goal. While the ego thinks about the past, you can boost your own worth by starting new businesses and getting through tough times. They look at your social media and other sites to see how you've changed since you left them. It breaks their hearts to think about it, but they don't do anything. They keep changing how they act to fit in with their partner and make it look like they have new interests. Your true growth shows that you are who you say you are. Don't forget that good things are still being said about you. Even when they are by themselves, the narcissist keeps thinking about these things. Increasing your value should be your first goal. To learn more about narcissistic behavior, you can do a lot of different things, such as academic study and real-life experience. I need to understand narcissists by entering their thoughts. On YouTube, I told a unique story about my experience with narcissists, which is different from how some channels show them. Even though they tried to get back in touch with me many times, I stood strong because I knew they felt bad about what they had done. That explains why the time was off. You might start getting calls in the middle of the night from their new partner. If you want to really hurt their selfish ego, block them, change your number, and stop talking to them. That's the plan. If you want to know how to catch and shame a narcissist, please watch my movie. But remember that you have worth at all times. No matter when you get your essence, from God or the universe, it is special. What makes you stand out in a group of 100 people is not how you look, but how much energy you have. Your unmatched energy is what drives this site forward. Empaths are naturally good at building strong relationships with others. But when they try to be like a narcissist, they often get turned down for the first time. Because of a miracle, we help them with their trash disposal. As soon as the narcissist starts talking to us, their low self-esteem shows through their act. It is very important to tell the difference between how a narcissist really feels about themselves and how they think they are better than other people. The narcissist sees how much they've taken for granted during the discard phase. This is when things start to change. When they realize how much they've lost, they begin to look up to you after going through the trash. Most of the time, this understanding comes after breaking up with someone or throwing something away. This understanding would have come more easily if the employee had been let go early. Making space between them helps them quickly accept the results of their deeds. If they were the ones who turned you down, they might even feel free and happy when you cut them off. Once they see how different you are from their new partner, they move on to the appraisal step. Know how unique you are and be thankful for all the good things in your life. At this point, you've done a lot to deal with the narcissist. There is a prize for all your hard work. You have no idea when they will show up again, just like I do. I may not have been happy with the narcissist, but I did find love again, though not in a sexual way. Because of the terrible mistake I made before, I am very picky about who I let into my life. We've all been lonely at some point, but I hope you don't make the same mistakes because of it. Don't forget to take care of yourself while you're focused on getting better and going on with your life. This is a strong force that could do great things if focused on health, business, sports, or other hobbies. They will be shocked at how much value you have gained as you start to put yourself back together. Your goal should be to become impossible to break. We need to raise the bar, even though we've done so before to make room for narcissists. This time around, we only want the most amazing people to come into our lives through relationships. There is no way to settle for less. It's not a good idea to get back into a relationship before you're fully fixed. We've been through it ourselves and know that getting better after being abused takes time. It's not flat, and it doesn't rain or have rainbows. It is made up of a series of hills and valleys instead. It's important to remember that this is not our fault, even if the scars from narcissistic abuse never fully heal. There was nothing wrong with us. We were just lucky enough to meet someone who needed our love and kindness, and that was enough to destroy the narcissist. Our evaluation process starts over when we get better at things that the narcissist can't do. Even if you don't say anything or get in touch for weeks after the discard, they may change their mind about how valuable you are. If you try to fix the link by getting in touch, the dynamics will change for good. Don't worry about anything. It's normal for people to respond this way. Even though they have done a lot of study on human behavior, our resilience often surprises them. We are stronger and more capable now that we've been through these difficulties. When we move on after making a mistake, we become better people. Allow them to be sad about your leaving and carefully compare you to others, as they are unique, and they will finally understand this. They won't meet anyone else like you. It's not a surprise that they're looking for another psychic since they didn't value having one early on in the relationship. The pictures they kept showing of their ex probably made them think of